Alright, morning or good evening everyone. My name is Dante. I'm the short course tutor at Yoobee Rotorua, and today I'll be utilizing idea generation such as brainstorming and mood boards to create creature concepts or character concepts. So as you see here, I start off with my brainstorm, just real simple. I establish my theme. Obviously it's going to be horror/fantasy. Uh, Start off with creature, of course. I naturally go down to undead, behemoth, or dragon, just possible, uh, you know, concepts that I might want to do, and to also help, find images for my mood board and establish just a general idea of what I want to do in creating my character. So ultimately, I just keep branching off. I've settled on like undead behemoth. Going with that, the behemoth is something large, something huge, something unstoppable. So of course I want it to be armored. I could also introduce elemental and fire or furnace, toxic, anything in order to make my character appealing or to help steer my design direction. In doing so, it's just to help have clarity and to really push forward what I want to create in this session. So I've gone ahead beforehand and prepared a mood board. This includes just images that I'll be utilizing for the help of shape language or maybe even just possible armor aspects as well, like the fire here, or these pauldrons as interesting shape designs. All I'll be utilizing all these assets to help create and generate a character. So I'll just give you a breakdown of how I'd usually approach it. All this is correct. Just making sure I establish my theme. I have a clear visual, inspiration and design direction. Satisfied with this, I utilize the lasso tool and the paint bucket tool, to just create like a base shape, usually inspired by what I have in my mood board. For example, I used this big giant guy from Dark Souls to create my base silhouette. And in doing so, I utilize the shapes within the mood board to help push my silhouette. Really experimenting. Such as you see, the mace over here was borrowed from this Darkest Dungeon character. I really wanted to push through that idea. And also maybe these flaming or these spiky aspects from this fire knight over here, just throughout my designs. Really trying to push through that this character is quite menacing and it has a intimidating factor to it. Also included just like this little silhouette of this man over here, just for like size comparison. Just really playing with your shapes and seeing where you can go with it. Usually this design phase takes about good 10 to 15 minutes sometimes, but if you're feeling the character, and you have this natural progression, and yeah, you end up usually settling on something. I chose this one to push forward in my design aspect because I thought it was really cool. It just fits the general theme and what I like drawing really well. And so with this chosen silhouette, I move on to my rough concepts. I usually always create a new folder, a new file, and just, I lower the opacity to about 60%, or 38 in this one, and I just usually just go ahead with the brush and just start hammering in the ideas, looking back at my mood board. Looking at these undead aspects, I really like this fiery guy over here, this big pauldron shapes here, and I really wanted to hammer that through in my concept. Even with this, I change it around a little bit. You don't have to stick to the silhouette. Like I utilize Juggernaut over here and added the spiky mace aspect as he could become the weapon too. But that's just playing with the idea. Ultimately, I settled on this one at the final, the fiery aspect, not deviating too much from the original silhouette, but just making it unique enough that I could, have fun and pushing a little bit further. So with this chosen silhouette, I went to the clean line art phase, which you'll see I went through a lot of different changes. obviously the proportions have been changed because it's not, what do you call it? You know, obviously this is not proportional, it's quite a stylized concept. And I just really pushed through with the trying to get a nice clean line art. Obviously I'm not the best at that because I like to keep things quite rough and sketchy. But yeah, that's just a quick little breakdown on how I do my process, just to get it to the clean line art phase. Not to, you know, I'll be doing more examples a bit later on. I just wanted to show you guys the basic steps on what I do in generating character concepts. So yeah, with that in mind, I'll be utilizing my mood board again. I've already got a pre-existing theme, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead, do my process, and I hope you enjoy. So it's always starting off with a blank layer. Make another one. Naming assets is always good. I'll be utilizing the lasso tool today, and the paint bucket tool, and also the brush tool. So what I want to be doing is looking at my mood board. I like this guy, his general shape is great. Or even this guy over here. I like this inclusion of the cannon. Could be something else. I'll just have a little play around now. So yeah, using the lasso tool, I always like to start off with the head. Just try to, you know, try to get a cool 3/4 pose going on, because it's the most interesting to read in a silhouette. If you do a silhouette front on, it's going to look, it's hard to make it more defined, and you know, to make it interesting to look at for the viewer. So just try to avoid that. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to do 3/4 just on the fly, using some of the inspiration from those characters. You know, this doesn't have to be perfect straight away. It's all we play with these aspects. So yeah, even something like that. It's real basic, real quick. That could be fine as a base. So you just always make sure you flip the canvas as well. Oh. Yeah, Shift F2. You see his balance is quite off. Not too bad. But could be better. So what I'll do now is I'll just copy this guy. Control C. Control V. At least 3 times. You know, I might keep this one rotated horizontally. Just tilt it a little bit. Just for variation's sake, and so I don't have to keep flipping the canvas. Cool. I'll call this one the base silhouette. Base S. Base 2. Base 3. Sweet. So keeping that first one as it is, I'll now be utilizing the mood board once again to try and make these silhouettes a little bit more interesting, maybe adding weapons or certain armor elements, horns, just really trying to push through the shape language to try and make these characters interesting. So yeah, let's have a look here. Once again, you know, heaps of cool things, heaps of spikes. The fire theme is really cool, sticks out to me. Undead, Colossus. Yep. So I'm going to really try push that fire theme with this next silhouette. Excuse me. So just holding down Shift and working on the right layer. So this is base 2, base silhouette 2. I just want to try utilize a bit more spiky elements to try, you know, really sell through the character's personality just through the silhouette. You know, like spiky claws or something. think I might grab this one and try to push them a bit further. Cool. So with my chosen silhouette, I just brought them into a new layer, into a new file. Just copy them 3 times again. Boom, boom. I have this one rotated like before. And now it's basically, I just lower the opacity of each of these silhouettes. Around 37, 40 something. Just enough so I could see where my line art's going to go. Cool. So I'll just be utilizing the brush tool. Quite a small one, 6 or 12. Let's just see. And I'll just be zooming in onto my silhouettes. A little bit. Cool. And just start blocking in aspects that I can see, or where his helmet would be, or his armor. You can see over here. I think I'll start with his torso actually. I'm just blocking in shapes that I could see, much like the design I was going for last time. You know, I want to be keeping something quite armored and stoppable, but in this case it's going to be a spellcaster, so I already kind of have something in mind. Now, this is only the rough concept phase, so these don't have to look perfect. Rough sketches done. What we need to do now is just have a little look at them, maybe rotate the canvas. Oh yeah, this guy's not looking too good. I might have to do a little bit more work on him, or I could focus all my attention on this guy here, which I see, yeah, I think I might do that. So cool. So what I'm just going to do is zoom in. I might hide this guy. Let's see the left over, that. And just, yeah, I think I'm just going to focus on him for now. Cool. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I'll probably come back to it, maybe update a little bit more. I'll get it much more clean. I was just trying to discover where this character should go, and I'm quite liking the direction. Obviously there's heaps I can do to it, but yeah. Have a good day, guys.